Hi, I'm Lou. Another episode of My Car Story. I'm with Ron Clarke. Ron,
Hi
good
there.
to see you.
How are you, Lou?
I am good.
Good to see you again.
We are out in Scottsdale, Arizona at Brighton Motorsports. Now, Brighton Motorsports, the great thing about this dealership is they look for unique vehicles. Today, we've got a unique vehicle. So
We have a unique owner also, don't forget that. Come on,
unique
Lou.
owner, definitely. So, Ron, you've got several cars in your collection,
Yeah.
but tell me first of all, you got this one in October.
Right, of last year.
And what made this car, talk about a unique car, what got you to the point you said, I think I need this car? Tell me what transpired.
Well, I'm into old, particularly German cars prior to World War II because they were so unique and they, engineering-wise, feature-wise, really were ahead of the rest of the world. And it was very interesting because they were into racing and streamlining and all kinds of things that we talk about today. So that's how I got interested in it. And Adler is the father, considered the father brand of streamlining.
So what are we seeing today?
This is a 1935 Adler Trumpf Junior Sport. I know that's a mouthful, but basically this was a mid-priced two-seat roadster. Adler started in about 1900 and built all types of cars, but they were interested in streamlining because of lower displacement and horsepower and yet the speed and so forth. They won a number of races, and they were in Le Mans. They were in all kinds of hill climb races, and Adler was considered father of streamlining because they hired Paul Géré, who was a Swiss-born streamline engineer, and many of the Géré streamline features are built into this car. For example, you'll notice the wheels don't have any slots in them to catch the air. You'll notice that the louvers in the bottom of the rocker panels of the car here in the bottom are actually built to allow the air to flow out so that it doesn't get bunched up underneath the floor of the car. You'll notice the windshield is split and angled as such for aerodynamic purposes. This is a front-wheel drive, independent suspension, very unique car. Let me turn this.
Yeah, turn the steering wheel. Give me just a second. Let me get in front of it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, show me how that works. That's amazing.
Isn't that amazing?
And you were sharing with me Adler. What does the word Adler mean?
Adler in German means eagle, and you can see there from the emblem that the eagle has its spread wings, which connotes speed and flight. Adler is also A in the alphabet, and the owner of the company thought that that was an ideal name. Interestingly enough, if you look at the beak on the eagle, it's facing to the left. When Hitler, with the Third Reich, adopted the eagle and the swastika as a logo, it was to the right, and he was very certain and sure that he didn't want anything to do with the Third Reich.
Is that right?
It's kind of interesting. The streamlining continues on at the back here. You'll notice this dorsal fin, which acts as a vortex generator, much like on the top of a wing of an airplane, to allow for smooth flow over the surface.
Just an amazing car. Come on back. So, and it's a front wheel drive.
Front wheel
you
drive,
shared.
independent. It's rather interesting that some of the features that you wouldn't know about. This is the first car to have 4-speed transmission on the steering column. It's also the first car to have what we now call infotainment systems with this speed and distance calculator built into the dashboard here, much like an E6B computer for flying, so that you can establish an estimated time of arrival or average speed.
Wow. That's amazing.
The other interesting design feature of this car is it's front-wheel drive, and therefore you don't want too much weight on the front wheel mechanism. So the transmission, which we can show you here if
Yeah.
you'd like.
Let's
lift this up. you'll notice the transmission is located in front of the four-cylinder engine,
Oh, yeah.
which allows for much better weight distribution. And as we all know, mid-engine cars have better handling characteristics than ones that are front-heavy.
Let me just get the details there.
Now, the Adler built this car until actually late 1938.
Let's take a look at the other side too, because I'm sure it's
Okay,
just
sure.
a little bit different. Let me close this side.
Okay.
Be very careful there.
Adler built this car until late 1938. Of course, the war was beginning, and so they started in the production of armored vehicles in Frankfurt, and it was bombed out pretty heavily by the Allied air forces.
No, let's take a look at this side.
And after World War II, they no longer manufactured cars, but got into the motorcycle business and also typewriters and adding machines. As a matter of fact, some of you might recognize Adler typewriters being marketed in the United States in the 60s and 70s. Today, there's no Adler company, but the very strong club.
Let me grab this detail under here.
It's known as the Adler Motor Veterans Club, established in 1971 in Frankfurt. And two members of this club found this car and restored it to absolutely superb condition. Everything is stock. There's nothing in there that's been modified.
That's amazing. Show me that other piece.
This
please.
is also amazing.
This is crazy.
Those of you that are in the car business, this is actually.
Let me just pause on this for
All
a
right.
second. And what do you
This
have
is
in your
actually
hand
the
that we're
title to the car,
The title.
believe it or not. But here was when it was.
showing? Take just a moment. Go ahead, open it up. Let me just feature that. Okay.
And you'll see here the owners.
Let's go to that owner's page. Yeah. That is great. These are the
So,
owners.
I am the fifth owner of this car, and I don't know.
Isn't there one more page? It's got like the signature of who was the one more page forward.
Oh, you're
One
talking about the owner of the company?
more. Yeah, the owner of the company.
Yeah, for sure.
He's in one of those.
I think he signed off on the original owner.
That's amazing. Pretty cool. All right, let's put that back there. And then I think there's one more piece under there I wanted to show.
Oh, okay.
This one right there.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me just show this little stat sheet for people so they can kind of read some of the details.
Obviously, there are very few of these left. And at one time,
It's amazing.
prior to World War II, Adler was the third largest automobile manufacturer in Germany.
Is that right?
Interestingly enough, Henry Ford was already over there and built a plant in Cologne on the Rhine River. And General Motors bought the Adam Opel Company, which is in Rüsselsheim, just about 20 miles west of Frankfurt, where this car was built. And so the Chrysler Corporation, wanting to get into Germany, decided, let's go after and buy the Adler Company. And the German government said, no, we've had enough of those darn Yankees coming in here, screwing up our economy. So-
Speaking of darn Yankees who bought this car,
that's
what,
right.
What's the reaction when you're driving this thing?
Oh, people go nuts. It's we'll fire it up if you'd like to. And
Yeah,
you can
let's
hear
do
the
that.
sound of it.
Let's-
But I mean, it's just it's a piece of work. It's absolutely a bundle of joy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of fun.
and the kids love it. Interesting thing. We have a bunch of old cars, and when the kids are there by the school bus stop,
Yeah.
and they see a car like this, they just go, yeah, yeah, yeah. And to me, that's the mark of a good car.
That is the mark of
Yeah.
a good car. All right, let's bring Eric in to start it up. I'm going to shut this. I think it's this way.
Okay.
Let me do that. Okay. I think he's right back there. Or maybe he's in his office. Eric, here he is. Ron, can you start it up real quick? I just want to open this side up while you start it. Okay. Exhaust. We got to put an exhaust pipe on it because we're indoors. You can hear it. All right. All right, thanks, Eric. We can turn it down.
Eric, thank you. Aren't they fun to get in and out of?
Oh, just a ball.
The older we get, the more challenging it is to get in and out of these little babies.
Stand right next to her.
Okay.
And I want to just feature that plate there. Show me how to do one thing before I forget. Show me how that door opens there. Because it's a little suicide door, so to speak.
Yeah.
And look at the leather.
But the finish, the fit and
even
finish. This body, by the
Look at
way,
this.
is a coach body, and was manufactured by Omni Bud in Berlin.
Yeah.
And so of course, the running gear and all that was made by Adler in Frankfurt, but the bodies came in from Berlin at the Omni Bud company.
Okay. It is an amazing car. So unique. Let's I'm going to shut this. Let's have you stand right next to her. Stand right up front there.
Okay.
Ron, first of all, we always have a good time when we get together. So much fun seeing you. Thanks for letting us video an amazing car you have in your collection, and thanks for being on My Car Story.
My pleasure, Lou. Let's do it again.